you're the bloody top hat wearing skeleton, I bet, in the bloody voodoo religion.
Me and that guy were pretty cool. He's actually my bro. Me and him, we ate dinner together one time.
Oh god. Oh god, why?
It was pretty hard because I was going on like, hey, what's up, guy?
Christian, he is Santa Claus.
He was sitting there eating.
What the hell is that?
And as he was eating, I saw the food go through his mouth into his stomach because he's a skeleton.
So it wasn't really his stomach.
And in Christian, you are Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What the
I am
hell is
Santa
that?
Claus. But that makes sense because my name is Nick, so I'm Saint Nick. You dig?
Oh yeah, that makes. Yeah.
I'm Santa, and Santa is real because I'm sitting here talking to you right now. Anyway, so yeah. Also, I told Loki to be a dick. I'm Loki's dad.
So wait, so that means you're Thor's. Wait, no, was Loki adopted? Oh, it all makes sense now. Loki was adopted, wasn't he?
Loki was adopted by Santa
You're his
Claus.
biological father.
Here's how it went. So, like, it all started back in fucking Asgard, and I'm like, man, I'm just chilling out being a bro, and then Loki comes up and he's like, hey, what's up, Dad? I'm like, you are adopted. And he started crying, and then he devoted his life to being a bitch. And so then I decided to go on an adventure, and I went down to Greece, and I saw,
Mercury. Wait, no, Zeus.
I saw Zeus, and he was like, just throwing lightning everywhere, and I mean, hey, that's shocking.
I don't think that's not what Zeus does.
Zeus was aiming at orphanages.
Yeah, and he was throwing them at orphanages, and I'm like, hey man, you should cut that shit out. And he's like, bro, I'm gonna like zap you into next week. So
This is the greatest story I've ever heard.
I picked up my staff of my staff of hurt, and I I hit him with it. I killed Zeus, and then I absorbed him, and I was Zeus, and everyone thought I was Zeus. And so I'm like, hey guys, why don't we pretend we're not real and just have a party? And so I'm like, yeah, man, that's pretty cool. And so that's what happened there. And then I went to Egypt, and everyone was praying to this guy.
That's where the thing with the.
Yeah, I was down in Egypt, and Anubis was at a farm. I'm like, hey man, is this Egypt? And he's like, yeah, this is Egypt. But he wasn't speaking English because he's a jackal. He was
Egyptian.
He's Egyptian. He's a jackal.
He's a.
And he spoke to me in jackal. I had to rip out his vocal cords and put them into my vocal cords so I could understand. And so
that makes sense.
If you ripped out his vocal cords so he could understand him, he couldn't talk.
I speak silence. Anyway, so after I ripped his vocal cords, he was on the floor dying, and so I brought him back to life with vocal cords, and he said, hey man, you're a bro. I'm like, yeah, I am. So we were just chilling out at the farm. And then Anubis was telling me all about his time with Sobek, and apparently Sobek was a dick. So I'm like, hey man, I can just go take care of Sobek. He's like, yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. So I went down into the river with Sobek, and I saw Sobek.
And you just masturbated into the river, didn't you? That was you, wasn't it?
No, Sobek, he was doing it.
Oh, God. So he basically drank his own then?
Yeah, he's totally into that thing. I was like watching him all day.
Why?
What the hell is with that? So I come up and I'm like, bro, I know what you've been doing. And he was like, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? That's not cool. And then he like tried to eat me. So what I did, I ripped out his vocal cords.
And then you just wrote the story. You told all the other like normal Egyptians that that's what happened, didn't you?
That's what happened. Yeah, because I used the blood from his vocal cords. I like used the vocal as a pen. And the blood is ink.
Why?
And so the hieroglyphs were actually carvings into Sobek's body that I made into stone. You know, like Han Solo, how they turned Han Solo into that shit.
Oh yeah.
I turned Sobek into that shit, and then I carved
something.
Yeah, that's the one. I turned Sobek into that shit, and then I carved into him, and so the hieroglyphs are Sobek. And so when I went back to Anubis, I'm like, hey bro, Sobek's dead, and he's like, you're pretty cool. So me and Anubis bought a car together, and we were driving along the highway of the
Wait, was it an Impala? Wait, you
and
Anubis?
Yeah, me and Anubis, we're pretty cool bros. and so as we were driving, we came to like a big house, and in the house there was like this table, and on the table there was a note. I'm like, hey Anubis, what is this shit? And I hold it to Anubis, and he's like, bro, look at this. And it was a picture of Anubis, and it said his father was me. And so I'm like, whoa, man! And so we hug each other.
That means you had sex with a dog then?
Actually, I was under heavy intoxication at the time, and I'm telling you, it was
Sure.
Anyway, so I was just like, bro, this is actually pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, man. Or should I say, yeah, dad. And then and so we went on like a father-son crusade in Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Yeah, Jerusalem was just chilling out, being all cool, you know, relax and all cool. We came up there and we were like, guys, the English are attacking. And so the English weren't actually attacking, but we spawned Englishmen. We spawned Crusaders, because, right, so whatever fuck we want. And so we spawned English Crusaders, and they went and just ripped them a new one. So we went back to Egypt, and you know who I saw? Sobek, again. I'm like, what are you doing, Sobek? And then there was a second Sobek. And Sobek 1 said, I am Sobek 2's dad, and Sobek 2 said, I am Sobek's brother. So there were different Sobeks. One was Sobeka, and one was Sobakis.
Sobeka.
It was actually, brother was actually sister, but no one knew except me, because I X-ray vision. And,
Does that reveal anything? Or are you just really good with crocodile biology?
I just said I had X-ray vision.
I know, but like, how did you know that it was female?
Crocodiles have their ribs shaped in the shape of the...
So you are good at crocodile biology.
Well, no, I'm the guy. I invented them. I made them like that. Anyway, I looked at them and I ripped out their vocal cords and tied them in a rope, and I invented the first grappling hook. And then Anubis.
You said earlier you tied 3 stakes together.
Yeah, that was after, like, because Set came over and he goes, "Bro, what is this? This is awesome." Cords, and he used it to climb a wall. And you know who was over there? Bast was over there. Bast was, you know, the cat lady. She was just like,
oh yeah.
I'm a cat, chilling out, and
hey, I worship
Set to the wall, and Set was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And he did like this little dance, and then fell off, and all these things came out of him, and so I ripped out his vocal cords, and then I.
This is what you were ripping out vocal cords.
Well,
so I'm
how else
assuming you can sing like a god, or say something ridiculous like a god.
How many? Do you like switch vocal cords from time to time, or do you like add them up?
Do you just have like a closet full of them?
If I was gonna talk with all my vocal cords, I could shatter the universe. Anyway.
so you switch between them.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, I went down to Earth, and I found this guy, and what I did, like, I grabbed his hand and broke it, and I ripped out his bones and kind of ate them. And if I do that, I realized because I'm a god, I made it so if I do that, I can turn into them. And I decided that I had to lay low because the god police were after me.
The god police. Wouldn't that technically mean there's people higher up than you?
Well, I am the highest up, but they're a higher up.
He just makes it makes it feel like they have a fighting chance, you know?
Yeah, anyway, so
he wants to be fair.
Yeah, so the god police were like, "Hey, we're onto you," and I'm like, "No," and then I went invisible. But then, because they were god police, they could also go invisible, so we went invisible together and no one knew where they were. So I went X-ray vision and I knew where they were when they didn't know when I was. So I went.
Sense if they're invisible.
You know what you're saying anymore?
Anyway, so I went down to Earth and I found this guy and I possessed him, and here I am.
But wait, were you technically already on Earth?
I bet.
What? No, this was in an alternate universe or something.
I bet you bloody made Hercules too.
Yeah, I did. He is actually my. Like, see what happened was one day I tripped over and.
That means you got where it was Zeus's wife.
Oh shit! I want to hear the story.
One day I tripped over and some skin came off of my knee and I turned that into Hercules.
But that's not the what. Didn't Zeus have a child and then it got sent down to Earth by Hades?
Remember what? I killed Zeus?
Hell no, dog.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and you turned into Zeus.
Yeah, remember I am Zeus. Zeus is my father.
What, did you rip out my vocal cords too?
I didn't do that yet. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the future. I can see it because I can see into the future. Anyway, anyway, basically, I am every god.
But I'm Hades.
But I'm you.
Oh god.
Oh man, you go barbarian.
And you're me. Which basically means you ripped out all those vocal cords, and you're being hunted by the god police. Which means I don't have to worry anymore.
Wait, so you made Hades look like you, so then you could get away?
No, Hades is me. We're together in one body.
He's everything, but he's nothing.
I am everything and he is everything, but we're nothing together. Wait, we're nothing apart. We're everything. You see, the logic, I made the logic up. It makes sense if you're a god, but you're not god, so you wouldn't understand.
This guy is the best fucking storyteller I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it's all true, too. I promise, I've got a book that tells you all about it. You should read it. It's called the Bible.
Yeah,
I wrote
it's
it.
called the Bible.
So what, you're
He called it. He called it.
I was about to ask if you were some famous publisher too, but I guess not.
I wrote the Bible. I wrote the hieroglyphs of Egypt. I also wrote everything. I invented
So
letters.
are you like Chuck Norris as well, or?
Nope, Chuck
No,
Testa.
Chuck Norris is just a fictional character.
No, you see, the story. Let me tell you about Chuck Norris. You see, one day, I was sitting in my palace because I have a palace, and one day, and Anubis came up, and he had some lemonade, and he was like, "Hey man, you know what'd be really cool?" And I'm like, "What's up, Anubis?" And he said, "Well, what if you made like this guy who could do anything in a certain period of time, but then get really stupid over time, and no one cares about him anymore?" I'm like, dude, that's like greatest idea ever. So I hugged him, and he
Just
dropped his
makes
lemonade on the
jokes
ground.
about him.
And so I turned the lemonade into Chuck Norris. And I put him on Earth, and Chuck Norris was like in a movie that I directed. And anyway, and so Chuck Norris had a pretty cool life, but and
In the
anyway,
end,
basically, yeah, in the end, no one ever cared. And Anubis was like, "Man, you're pretty cool," and
That's pretty much it. And in the
Yeah.
end, roll
No, it
credits.
hasn't finished yet. There's got to be a
that's the
sequel.
story of. Well, no, that's the story
Oh,
of how
God.
I made Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
It's the story of how I invented video games, but it's a pretty long story.
No, I don't need that.
I do.
I've got time.
If you want it,
Enlighten
I can put it
I've
short.
got all night.
I'll put it shortly. Basically, me and just give me a quick
Game
second.
duel.
Okay.
So basically, you got a billion miles of fat, and you turned it into Gabe Newell. A billion miles of like lard and oil.
Well,
and
like
fats.
what happened was,
He took 15 whales and turned it into Gabe Newell.
You people are
True
evil.
story.
I can tell you about that as soon as I just go over here and
Wait, Reaver, I have a question.
yo.
So does this mean you were the one who made episode 3 and is just not releasing it to everyone?
This isn't working.
Your statement is false.
I invented paradoxes too. I am a paradox. I'm alive, but I'm dead. But while I
Wait,
have
so you
no
like
vocal cords.
you invented Scrooging
Then tell me,
his cat
what-
as well, didn't you?
When
I invented
God.
you put a mirror, looking at a mirror, what do you actually see?
Well, when I
Death.
look into the mirror, I see
A mirror.
well, basically it's like this big swirly, like composition of all the universes, and there's this big circle in the middle, and it looks kind of like a cake. And that I took the cake out of the mirror and turned it into Gabe Newell. So Gabe Newell is actually a cosmic composition of cakes out of universes.
Oh my god.
Universal cakes composed.
What
into
about
one
Steve Jobs?
circle. Well,
Okay, studio.
Yeah, why'd you kill Steve Jobs?
that was a tough one because
Or
Steve Jobs and I were chilling out one day. Wait, no, Anubis and I were chilling out one day again because Anubis came over to my house a lot. We play video games a lot. Because when I invented Anubis, he sucked my dick. Anyway, me and Anubis, yeah,
Oh,
my relation with Anubis. I don't want to go into that right now, but
This guy, he's just like so serious too. It's just so funny.
well, it's
This
true.
is starting
I mean,
to sound like bad fan fiction.
is there something not true about what I've been telling you? Because I mean, you can
No,
read the
I-
book.
no.
Promise it's true.
you
There's no
gotta
proof
make a book on that.
So what?
I will buy that.
So what, I'm presuming if I just open a Bible, I'm gonna find something about you and Anubis in it now.
Well, you see, what happened was everyone was getting angry at me, like the God Police's God Chief
Some
Police,
dude on
God,
Skype.
the Chief of Police, God Chief of fucking the God Chief of Police was like, you shouldn't do this. And I said, but God Chief Police, and he looked at me, and like his mustache, like kind of like shivered in the cold snow. We were in Antarctica. And Anubis came up and was like, bro, you shouldn't listen to this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm like, you're right, man, you're right. So we killed him, and I ripped out his vocal cords, and
Obviously.
and anyway, we became him. Anubis is actually every single God Police there is, so I'm not actually being chased anymore as of now. And
So I'm not being chased?
no one's being chased, they're all dead.
Okay.
They're all vocal
Wait, I'm
cords.
dead?
Oh, you're not dead yet. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're well, this is a pretty hard story because it was like 10 fucking millennia ago. So
Please don't take my vocal cords, they're kind of attached to me.
that's the point. We gotta take a part of you and use it in the ritual.
Oh god, what ritual?
Oh, who's
I
sending me
gotta.
messages?
There's a symbol. I'll show you the symbol. There's a symbol that we use that I made up just now. 10 millennia ago. Symbol. I am Jesus, God. You know, Jesus is actually my son.
Chuck Norris. Jesus. It's me off.
He's
it
my true
with?
son. That's you don't
Is
know
it
what
with God? Is God actually a woman?
I am God.
No, I mean the other God.
It was with myself.
You lonely bastard.
So you were masturbating?
Yeah.
No, he literally
He
fucked
used the portal.
See, I'll show you. This is. I'm gonna make an accurate diagram. I posted the link in Skype.
He has every sexual organ.
Yeah. So anyway, here is
Dude.
me.
And a
Bobo.
womb. What?
Are you sure you grabbed gold?
What?
Titan Quest.
Conquest?
Yeah, you sure you grabbed gold?
Let me check now.
What did you do to my
No.
hieroglyphs?
You didn't.
What did you do to my hieroglyphs? What did you do to my hieroglyphs? God is sad.
Oh man, I'm probably
That's
gonna...
it, guys. I'm gonna fucking erase Coca-Cola.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to switch frats to Fluck Draw.
If
You've been
just
recording
because,
this genius story?
Yeah, man, of course I have.
That's
just
amazing.
because of that, that's it. See, now what you've done, I'm gonna come over here. This is me in my God,
Okay,
and I'm gonna fly over here to the guy who made up
okay, here
Coca-Cola.
we go.
Horrible things that were happening, and I was like, no.
Mother of God.
And I started crying, and all my tears
Flooded
created.
the earth.
Created live journal in MySpace.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
My tears. They created.
That's villainous.
They created. Me.
What?
What? So there was a second you. Was it like more evil or something, or was it just you?
No, see, like, I died on my bed from old age,
Oh,
and then I
my
woke up.
God.
I know I'm not dead. I'm actually just sleeping, but no one knows that except me. And
Not anymore.
well, you guys are me, so.
Oh,
Remember, I explained this ages ago.
Wait, so that means everyone knows it then? Because everyone
that-
is you.
Everyone and no one. Think about it.
no,
Who
I
is
won't
no
think
one?
about it.
No one. Well, no
it's
one.
a
I met him.
Patapon.
The one
I
is
met him on
you.
a universe. A universe. No one is like the spectrum. He's like a spectrum like that. That's no one.
I can't go any lower than that.
Smaller.
There's nothing. No one. There's nothing in there because there's no one in there.
Well, I just recorded the last 5 seconds. Let's see if this worked.
And
And,
let me see if this worked as well.
no one-
I think
no
it
one
might
was
work if I go into
universe,
full
looking
screen.
at all the things I had created. They were all around me, and I suddenly realized something.
You're a cyclops.
Realized something. I realized that I was the universe I created.
What? What?
Dude, I'm really confused.
And
Where
in
is the
my,
story
in my
going?
in my eyeballs was the universes.
Mother of God.
And so when I realized that I was everything that I
Wait,
created...
everybody, we don't even need an explanation anymore. We don't. Watch. This explains everything that he is about to say.
Okay.
Yep. I am everything that I created.
Stop. This explains everything he's about to say.
Except I'm not you.
There you go. There you go.
You're different. You're something else.
What is that?
What is this? I'm inventing a new being.
The Chupacabra?
No, this, my friend,
It's
is
staring at you.
an anagram.
An anagram. That's an anagram.
Yep.
Why doesn't it have your eyebrow?
That's a sentient being.
I just noticed that thing's face.
These wrinkles.
Oh god.
God. Why? Why?
Obviously, we screwed up because you have to remember it has this huge beard.
Oh shit! And the beard, when cut off, becomes a bear.
No, the beard itself is a
The
sentient
first
being.
one.
The beard is a bear.
The beard.
No, come on, listen. The first cutting of the beard was pedo bear.
Anyway, anyway, the moral of the story is everyone is everyone's own god.
What?
What?
Oh my god, I just realized. Thank you for
Why
opening the door to
can't
the
I
light.
control the universe,
You were lying,
jackass?
weren't you?
But you can. You just
What?
have to believe.
But I believe in myself. What? Oh god, what? Getting you to it,
Or do I
Bobo.
have to wait until the bloody until I realize that I'm the Antichrist and Lucifer walks the earth?
But you are Lucifer.
What?
You are the Antichrist.
What?
You are Christ, and yet you are the Antichrist.
That
I am
makes
everything
Wait,
I
what?
created.
whatsoever.
You are everything, because I am everything, and we are together with everyone as one.
So let me get this straight. Bobo is inside you.
But so are you, and vice versa.
So wait,
Oh god!
Oh god, why?
I
No
don't
wonder
like
we
where this is going.
hate the gangbang.
I don't like this one bit.
It's kind of like this. This is an easy way to think of it. Here's me, and here's just other people, right?
you look like a swan.
Anyway, here's how it works.
So are you part bird now?
It's kind of like that. See, we're all connected.
To your
That-
genitals.
Yeah.
Well, I love how you explain things.
Reaver, excuse me, I have a question.
Yes. What is the question for God?
Miss Reaver?
So you were the one who made Chris Chan.
I made him.
You monstrosity.
The reason I made him was because he was one of the beta testers
Yeah,
for
he-
life.
He was designed to make people angry.
My
Well, like,
god.
He was
It
one of
makes
the monstrosities that I made that weren't perfect yet. Well, almost.
Wait,
perfect.
we were started out with mythology.
Now we're just going faces.
We can go back to there if you want.
Sure, why not? What
Why-
happened
what-
to you in Anubis?
Anubis cheated on me.
Really?
With another transvestite.
Did you
With
can see
another
into the
god.
future though, can't you? And you can read minds and stuff,
But
right?
aren't
I know,
you
he cheated on
everyone?
He cheated on me with myself. But basically, I cheated on myself with myself.
What? What?
My
What?
mind equals blown.
My face went. I invented moustaches.
Oh, that Bobo.
Testicles.
Reaver, did you also invent top hats and monocles?
Yes, those were actually at first my beta of cutlery.
What?
I thought
Why do
maybe
you
if I
make
used the
such
monocle
bad
as a
betas?
well, they're betas. What do you expect? They were like, see, the monocle was a.
Oh god, if this is beta, I can't even imagine what alpha was like.
Oh, don't make me go into that.
They slammed their heads in the walls while screaming "Wark."
Yeah,
Wark.
why'd you make Osama bin Laden and Hitler?
He was bored and wanted entertainment, obviously.
The world's biggest death match. He just sat there and watched popcorn while Jews and
Why
shit
did you
got
make
killed.
stupid people, and can you get rid of them?
That's beyond my power.
Why'd you make heartless sluts?
Well,
Well, that goes without explaining.
Anubis did it.
No fucking wonder. You should beat the shit out of Anubis sometime.
But I am Anubis.
What? Well, fucking kick your own ass.
I'm pretty sure you're
So
like.
you did it then.
stretch
You made
that.
stupid people, and you.
No,
bloody...
Anubis did it.
You
It's like
are Anubis.
it's a split personality, don't you get it?
No.
No.
That completely contradicts when Anubis walked in earlier, unless you were like a retard and then just turned around and started yelling at a wall.
It's probably
Well-
his cat, actually.
Anubis wanted me to go finish Stop Being, and I told him no.
I'm just imagining a godlike being shouting at a wall or his cat.
Yeah,
wall
Anubis shouting
wasn't
at his
a-
cat.
Yeah, a few billion years tends to make a guy a bit senile.
Or
It's more than a
penile.
few. More than a few
My
billion.
face hurts from all this laughing.
Oh,
And
he'll
it
make
all-
your face hurt more, buddy.
It all started with
Zip.
Sobek. Sobek was pretty hard to deal with.
You're like some god. Can't you just wipe him from existence?
Well, I did, but he came back.
Well, obviously you're not doing a very good job of being the universe.
Well, like, see, I'm him and he's me, so I didn't want to be wiped out, so I came back. I saw myself wiping myself out in the future, so I put down a force field that stopped me from wiping myself out by wiping myself out in the future after seeing that. But then I saw myself wiping myself out in the future after seeing it in the future, so I
What?
stopped.
Sorry, my brain's about to explode. Hold
Yeah,
on.
can we stop with... Can we stop with the you being everything thing and just make it simpler or lie about it just so...
Oh, sure, that's alright with me. I'm
so,
okay with
so
that.
our
I wrote a whole
minds
book.
don't...
It's alright, I'm used to lying. I wrote a whole book about it.
It was the Bible, wasn't it?
No,
Bible
it was
the
my
result of
dictionary.
your drunken shit.
Whoops.
So in the end, it all adds up to well, I really don't know what it adds up to. I really
adds
don't
up-
know.
It adds up to a gigantic paradox.
Yeah, that's like because I invented them like that.
And if the world ends, it's just gonna go back to people screaming "Wark, wark" and like headbutting each other.
Well, like, see, I invented the apocalypse because I knew that if you guys got any smarter, then you would figure out the answer to life.
But
What's the meaning of life?
but we are you.
You don't know what the meaning of life is. Though.
So we are you, and
Just
you
shut
know
up,
it.
okay? I don't wanna go
Wait,
through
wait.
all the we are you thing, because that just messes with my brain.
Don't worry, I just lied.
I have
to you.
another question.
Yo.
question. So I'm presuming like pre-alpha, the humans looked like the retarded monks from Minecraft.
Sure, yeah. why
Oh
not?
yeah, testificate. Wait, doesn't that mean that Notch... Oh wait, of course you dummied him down, didn't you? Just because he was figuring out
Dumbered
what
him.
pre-alpha was.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's why he went on
Can't
that
say
huge
shit.
rage fit with the Yogscast, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Waffles?
I like waffles.
Waffled in the butt.
You guys, shh.
Okay.
You must uncover the mysteries behind this swamp.
let me guess. During the entire course of existence, you were making.
Uncover the mysteries behind that.
That
Oh my God.
I can't do that yet. It's the release date. I can make I'll make a game about it one day. And it'll be all okay.
It'll be called Episode 3.
Yes.
Release my son!
Release
Okay.
the Kraken.
Half-Life
Yeah, I made that
2.
too. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I
So
really don't know
what's
where to go with
Gaben
this.
like?
Oh, what's get well me?
Dude, he packs knives so he can cut food wherever he is.
Gaben is his own food. I gave him the power to do that.
To
Like
eat
Gaben
himself.
just cuts himself, and
I was just gonna ask what kind of person Gaben's like, though. I didn't mean to ask him what he was made out of.
he's made out of himself.
Gabe is made out of Gabe. How does
It's
that
made out of
work?
steak. Okay.
A lard and oil.
I'm
and fat.
kind of starting to think Gaben came into existence before Reaver did.
Gabe
Oh,
is the
heresy.
universe.
There's only one thing older than me.
Red tube?
No,
Episode 3?
death.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, like, I woke up and he was sitting there going, "You know, what kind of shit are you gonna do?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, I see the thing I do. I have to end things' existence." I'm like, "Well, that's pretty cool." And he's like, "But there's nothing to end." So I'm like, "Well, why don't you give me all the power ever, and I'll do it for you."
I thought
it's
you
like,
had
well, that's
all the power ever.
Doesn't he
Wait,
take
wouldn't
it
that mean
himself?
technically you didn't exist before death? What? I'm confused.
It's pretty hard to take in all at once.
You don't say.
Clearly.
You wouldn't understand.
It's just like really fun. I don't know why.
It's because it's so funny.
It's just so funny joke, is one.
Funny jokes.
I'm gonna be should I be an elf or a dark elf? Because I invented both, but I don't know which one's better.
No, Dunmar. Dunmar
You know,
is
for a
stupid,
creator,
man.
you haven't done a lot of things.
Wood elf.
You should
No,
be a
warrior.
dwarf.
Go with the
Warrior
bloody Nord.
Pol-
Nord Master
Well,
Race,
that's pretty
man.
cool.
No, go bloody.
Whatever happened to the
Kishies.
bloody Russians of the Elder Scrolls?
This is implying that I'm playing Skyrim.
What are you playing?
Two Worlds 2, and this is pretty cool. I can be like a warrior weapon, one-handed weapon, warrior shield, warrior dual weapons, warrior two-handed, warrior polearm, ranger, fire mage, air mage, earth mage, necromancer, water mage, and that's all. But it's really cool.
Whatever happened to a fucking warrior dual-wielding two-handers? Come on.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to get rid of it.
So I guess that's the end of the recordings.
I never existed.
What?